Thanks for destroying the lock for me, devil boy! And welcome to hell! Please accept my gift. Don't be humble. Just take it. After all, we're buddies, aren't we?
Well, isn't that special? To be honest, I was expecting something a little better than this.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Devil May Cry 3. We're jumping right into the action today with Mission 5. I've switched over to the gunslinger style, probably the style we'll be seeing the least throughout the LP, but we're going to try to show it off nonetheless. It's a little bit more fun than I remember it being, actually. So we start off the mission. You can see the bloody vibes still painted on the wall from the blood gargoyles, which are new enemy types that they just throw at you at the beginning of this mission. If you slash them, they split apart. You gotta shoot them first to petrify them, then you can take them out safely. So the gunslinger style gives us access to charged up shots, aerial-based fireworks and rainstorm, and shots from multiple directions with the handguns. Nope, when they start doing that little blood tornado, that's when they're getting ready to split. You just gotta stop them from doing that. Oop. Almost let him split while taunting him. So once we deal with those, this portal appears and delivers us to a very special optional boss.
Welcome to hell! Or you can expect us.
Jester is a special edition only boss, and since the HD collection ports the special edition, we get to fight him in this LP. I kind of love that his hit spark is in blood. It's like confetti and shit. Ah, it's so fitting. Okay, we got air hike going. So this is, he alternates between these two phases. First you make him dance, like in the last cutscene we saw him in. It'll wear him out so you can combo him. Then he goes into his attack phase. And if he does the right attack, like this one, there are two attacks that let you get some good damage in. You can hit him. You'll do a little bit less damage than normal, but still just free attacks as long as you're paying attention to the shadows. It's the easiest way to track where his balls are gonna go. Oh, god damn it. The phrasing kills me every time. Let's whip these out. While he whips his balls out, I guess? Oh no. If you break the green ones, then you'll get a little bit of health back. I don't know that it's worth going out of your way for, but if you're having a hard time, which honestly, Jester is one of the easier bosses we're gonna fight. A little bit harder than the Gigapede, but that's not saying much, is it?
Oops.
Yo, I can't believe Capcom let that come out and didn't censor that butt slap. Wow, 2008 was a really different time for Capcom. Oh, I'm sorry, 2006. I'm thinking of Devil May Cry 4 that came out in 08. Yeah, even more so. How times have changed in the past 10 years. That's right, this year is the 10th anniversary of Special Edition. I think 2015 would have been the 10th anniversary of the original release, but still. I think the 15th anniversary of the first Devil May Cry recently passed as well. That's the astronomical board that we got at the end of the last mission that we've now placed at the top of this giant tower. And that causes a couple of walls on one of the middle levels to pull back, revealing an item and also this launch pad at the base of the tower, which just gives us easy access up to the upper levels, so we can fall down without having to worry about doing all that traversal to get back up here. So, we're going to be running all over the tower getting key items. While we do that, some fun minutia about Jester. His original name was just Joker, but the reference was a little bit too overt, so they had to change it. Arkham also had a different name during development. It was Heine. Ruben Langdon told Capcom that it wouldn't play in English because it sounds like slang for a butt, and they solicited him for names, so he threw Arkham out. This doesn't have anything to do with this game, but a character in Devil May Cry 4 also went through a big name change, and it's the game's main character, Nero, who was originally named Rodan. Rodan would show up as a character in Bayonetta 2 years after Devil May Cry 4 came out. What's funny is that the former Clover guys split off from Capcom to form Platinum in 2006, 2 years before Devil May Cry 4 came out. So they split probably when Devil May Cry 4 was in early development, which is probably when they changed Nero's name. Like, they probably changed it during pre-pro. So we've now stuck that little trident in its spot, and we got the Soul of Steel. So we got all of these key item hints last time about what we would need, how we need to unlock it, the Will of the Storm and whatnot. Now on the base level and this balcony level, we have a bunch of enigmas and a couple other nasty enemies. There's the rainstorm, good old rainstorm. Now that I'm finally playing Devil May Cry 3 again, I finally am remembering what acid rain is. Remember, I always used to get that mixed up with just regular old rainstorm, in other LPs. Acid Rain is actually kind of the Rainstorm equivalent for another weapon we'll get later. I would probably remember that a little bit better if I played Dante in Marvel 3. Dante in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, if you've never played it or played him, has probably one of the most ridiculously large movesets of any fighting game character that's ever existed. He really has every single one of his moves. Just about. Like, most of what you get in Devil May Cry 3, you get in Marvel 3 if you haven't played it. Vast majority of his stuff is in there. And not just like his base Rebellion and Ebony and Ivory movesets and his expanded ones that you purchase from the store, like... I don't want to spoil too many of the weapons coming up, but, like, pretty sure he's got some Cerberus combos. I'm pretty sure he's got some shotgun combos in that. The weapons that we'll be getting later. It's pretty cool how faithful that character is. There's, it's a shame about Marvel 3 and the fate of the Marvel vs. series in general, because... you can tell they just put so much love and effort into, oh my god, into their characters. Like, even on the Marvel side, they had to be really attentive with those characters. Like, Marvel was up Capcom's ass a lot about, like, the very, very fine details and movements and animations of Doctor Strange and characters like that. The shame what's going on with that series, it's kind of languishing away. Licensing hell. So this is where we need to be now that we have the Soul of Steel. That stone staircase from before, we can now cross it. It acts as kind of an invisible bridge, and this is a combat adjudicator for Cerberus, in which we need to get an A rank, or awesome. Nope. Wow, I'm dropping this and fucking it up. I also picked Windmill up for Cerberus. There we go. So the whole deal with the combat adjudicators they're supposed to test your proficiency with different weapons. And the further you go into the game, the more demanding they become because they require higher and higher style rankings. And what you do to keep your style meter going up is you have to introduce variety into your combos. So you have to alternate between more and more different moves for that weapon. If you use the same one over and over and over again, the style meter just stops going up. And this secret mission takes place in Cerberus's room, actually. And it's just a couple of enigmas in here, and the goal is just to not take any damage. What makes that tricky is that the enigmas are really good at not necessarily laying into you and doing a whole lot of harm, but they're really able to just chip away at you with tiny little hits. Very easy to take small hits from them. But if you get behind them, like I did, they're not that much of a problem. They're also way less of a worry if you can keep a few of them off camera. Like if you can stinger a couple of them to get them off screen, because the AI tends to be less aggressive when they're off camera. This is something I touched on before, but they made it a little bit less so that the enemies will attack you from off camera in later games like Bayonetta and Devil May Cry 4. They still will in DMC 3. They won't do it as aggressively, though. They're even less aggressive about doing so in those games, though. So for this elevator section, the goal is to keep the platform clear of as many enemies as you can, because if too many get on the platform, they'll weigh it down and it will start descending. Nope, and you also don't want them knocking you off. That would be fucking embarrassing if that happened. Not that that's happened to me before. It totally has. Oh, it's happened more times than I'm willing to admit. And this obvious save statue here telegraphs that we have another pretty big boss fight ahead of us. So, Trickster. Or, yeah. I was thinking maybe Royal Guard, but if I'm being honest, Trickster will make this a little bit easier for me. I'm not going to be, I wouldn't be relying on Royal Guard defensively anyhow. I have a different strategy in mind.
Look, brother, it's been ages, but we finally have company. I see that. We must entertain our guest. You're right. We have to be gracious hosts. What should we do? How do I know? We need to come up with something. Brother, our guest is sighing. Sigh? What is sigh? Well, a sigh is when...
Enough already! How long are you two gonna keep carrying on like this? In case you didn't get the hint, I'll spell it out. Your guest wants to go through. Got it?
Our job here is to guard this pool. That's right. We can't let you pass.
Whew, okay. This is attempt number 2. Apparently I need to shake the rust off a little bit. Agni and Rudra here are two of my favorites. It's a pretty hard fight too. You can reduce the difficulty just a little bit by manipulating them so one stays off camera while you attack the other. Ah, gotta get out. The strategy that I'm using against them is also, it requires a lot of precision out of me. That's because I'm utilizing parries. For my money, I don't know a better way to fight these two. Otherwise, you have to take them out really, really slowly and just whittle away at them. And it's kind of a slog if you fight them any other way. But with parries, you can just knock their weapons out of their hands and it leaves them vulnerable for really, really long periods of time. I've also been using the wrong terminology calling just guards parries. They're parries in the sense that I'm used to, but Devil May Cry has its own definition because yet another option other than playing evasive with rolls, jumps, trickster, or guarding with Royal Guard is parrying by deflecting an enemy's attack with your own. I messed that timing up. If you mess the timing up at all, you just take the hit and it's not great. I actually did manage to trade there with Agni. Agni being the red one, Rudra is the blue one, fire and wind, respectively. And because Agni is fire-based, he actually takes a little bit. Actually takes a little bit extra damage from Cerberus, the ice weapon. Okay, this is good. This is big damage, and I'm trying to whittle them down as low as possible before I kill either one of them. Come on, do a thing. Throw an attack. Ah! Oh. I had Cerberus out, so I didn't have my air hike. That was a little risky. Getting low on health here. This is just what happens if you miss time parries, though. Ah! I guess the safer way to do this fight is also really, really slow. It's also the way less fun way to do it, though. Okay, this is actually kind of bad. I need specifically a parry on Rudra here. Good. Okay. So I need to get him a little bit lower. So it looks like I'm going to finish this before they get to a second phase, so I'm going to just splice in that clip right now. Okay, that's one down. Agni still has a lot of health. Ideally, I should have taken him down a little bit more. So we've got an Ornstein and Smo situation where you defeat one and the other takes on the properties and becomes a super version. The properties of the other just becomes one big super boss. And his moveset changes drastically here. I think he's still parryable, but that's not so much a viable strategy anymore. He won't block you as often now, but he becomes way more aggressive and he has longer strings. Damn. He started... Oh, no. That Gengar anti-air.
Wait! Yes, wait! We have been waiting for a long time! Yes, a very long time. For someone stronger than us. Someone who can control us. My name is Agni. And my name is Rudra. You shall take us with you. We could be a great help to you.
Okay, but on one condition.
What is it? Name it!
No talking.
Fair enough. As you wish. Impressive.
No talking. Good.
Great, we got a new pair of swords. Agni and Rudra. So that's gonna do it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.